Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how I connect our CommCare data into our Power BI dashboard. So as you can see, I'm currently logged on to my dashboard of my CommCare data with my various applications. I'm going to want to open up my Power BI. So I look for it and I open it, and I'm just going to create a brand new Power BI in this video. It's going to take a moment to load. So while it's opening, I'm going to go to the application, to the data that I want. And I like to start by saying view all data. And as you can see over here on the left, there are different ways to export data out of CommCare for you to use from your various applications that you have created in this CommCare workspace. I'm going to hit the Power BI Tableau integration. And what I want to do to connect it to Power BI is to create an Odata feed. So I'm going to click on the Add Odata feed. And for today's example, I'm going to show you how I connect it to some forms that I have created for a quality of maternal and newborn data tool that we are using. So it's a form and not a case. So I'm going to click Form, and I'm going to look for my application. And as you can see, it's right here, the quality of maternal and neonatal care. And then I have a few different forms connected to this application, and I'm going to say add a health record. And in it, I'm going to create one that says we're looking for maternal health records. And you can see how many forms are submitted in this form. So then I'm going to click Add Odata feed, and it's going to take a minute to prepare. And you see the Odata feed name here, and I'm going to create a description here. Testing phase 2. And I'm going to put the date. I personally like to put the date on it so that I know in case there are other ones with similar names as I'm figuring it all out. And then also when I update it. I then want to look at all of the ones that we're wanting to connect to show. And the biggest thing here is to scroll all the way down and find this case ID and click that. That is really important to connect to other forms in your data. The other thing that you can do in this area is if you scroll back up, you can have it export the Odata feed to show the questions or the question IDs. When I created this application, I shortened the question IDs so that I would know what they were without it being super long. And so you can do that either way. You're then going to go down to the bottom and hit save. You then are going to, you can see there are a few Odata links made in this portion of CommCare, and we're going to look for the testing phase 2, this one. And you're going to click right here where it says copy Odata feed link. So I controlled C to copy that link. Now I'm going to go to my Power BI, and you can see it's just this blank canvas of Power BI. I'm going to go up here to the upper left, and I'm going to click on Get Data, and I'm going to scroll down to where it says Odata feed. I click on the Odata feed, and I'm going to paste the link that I copied from our CommCare right here, and I'm going to hit OK. And depending on how large it is, it could take longer or shorter. So as you can see, it's truncated it because there's a lot of files, but we can see some that are in here. So I'm going to hit load, and it's going to load, and it's connecting directly to our CommCare through this link. So every updated or new entry in the application that you have on your CommCare app will be uploaded and updated automatically, so you don't have to update it manually. It automatically is going to call it Query 1. I'm going to rename it by right-clicking, and I'm going to scroll down here to rename. And I'm going to name this maternal for myself. Name it whatever makes sense for you. There are a few different ways that you can go about this next step. I'm going to show you the way that I think is the easiest for myself. On these 3 dots, I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to hit Edit Query. And it's going to open up a new window. and it's going to be all of our data, kind of like in an Excel spreadsheet form. And as you can see, the way that it has uploaded, you can see that it is bringing the data with all of those IDs that I created. And because in CommCare, when you hit spacebar, it's going to create this underscore. I personally don't want this underscore to be seen in my data visualizations. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to rename that. So it's going to go from form admission underscore data to just admission date. And then I hit enter and that updates it. And you can see that it's not only in these form IDs up here in the question IDs, but it's also in the options. So whenever you have more than one word as an option for them to select, it's going to output it with an underscore. Just to be extra careful to make sure that I'm copying and repasting it places in the exact way, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to replace all the values that are not underscore documented, and I'm going to change them to just not documented. So I'm going to go up here to the right, upper right, and I'm going to hit replace values. And it's all in this gray portion, this one column. So they're going to find, I'm going to place what I copied, the not underscore documented, and I'm going to replace it with not documented. I am capitalizing them because these are what's going to be on my legend fields, and I just want it to all look the same. Also, what's really important is to hit this advanced option and match entire cell content. This is important because if you don't, it might take all of your no's, the NOs, and replace it with not documented because it's looking for anything that has part of this value that you're replacing it with. And then I hit OK. And now it changes all of the options in this to be not documented without the underscore. I'm also just gonna change this one up here to abortion or miscarriage. So now you're gonna hit close and apply. So it's gonna save all the changes that you've made to your data, and it's gonna apply it to this page where you're gonna create your visualizations. So I'm just going to show you how to make one simple visualization. And then in the next video, I'm going to show you how I'm updating a current Power BI dashboard that I have made to update with the phase 2 data that we're using. And in that video, I will show you more in-depth ways of data visualization creation. So I'm just going to create a quick column to show you kind of what it'll look like from your data. And something that you'll notice is if we expand this out, instead of being in the order in which the questions are asked in your form, it's alphabetical. So I always like to keep my form, my CommCare form open in a different window to make sure that I'm showing the visualizations in the order in which the form was made, if that's something that's important to you. So let's do the abortion or miscarriage data. We're going to drag that over here to Axis. And then for these values, I like to use the form ID, and that connects it to all of the other forms that are in that in the application. And so you can see that out of all of these, it's showing us how many. And it's no, we had a 1,046 say no abortion or miscarriage. We have 23 that were yes, and then we have 13 that weren't documented. And then you can also add the access to your legend so folks can see that up here if they want, and you can move that all around, and I'll show you how I do that in the next video. But this is how we connect our CommCare data to our Power BI as we create dashboards and data visualizations that automatically update when a new form is submitted in the CommCare tool. Thank you so much.